the fuck was that, Square Enix? What was that? What the fuck was that? So,
on the team.
I watched their press conference and it lasted 25 minutes. I've only made the video 30 minutes because I was looking through Twitter. I had to extend the video by 5 minutes just to make it 30 by looking through Twitter. What was that shit, Square Enix? EA, everybody was joking that EA did a shit job of showing stuff off. EA did a terrible job and set the bar pretty fucking low. And you somehow blew that expectation out the water and were worse than EA. Like, how did you even manage that shit? So, we got, you know, it was 25 minutes, pure trailers, no gameplay. It was just pure straight trailers. We got a little bit of gameplay of Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Doesn't explain anything to anybody about anything. And it's like, oh, okay, so, you know, I guess it's fitting that I never changed my skin back. Isn't it? It's really, let's go to here. It's really fitting that I never changed my skin back because we're going to have to stay dressed as the electric pussy because we're going to do another lightning round. Because they showed off 8 trailers. 8. Like, you couldn't even fill up a full row. You showed off 8 fucking trailers. And some of them, like this, where is it? Some of them, like that, The Quiet Man. It was 30 seconds. It was this is the I'm going to play the entire part of The Quiet Man for you. We'll get that one out of the way right now. This is The Quiet Man.
Darkness.
Dogs that look like a guy in a shirt or a guy in a hoodie. It's either Deus Ex or Watch Dogs.
Oh wait, Spider-Man.
It doesn't look futuristic enough to be Deus Ex, so it's probably...
Watch Dogs movie?
It's Spider-Man.
It can't be Watch Dogs. That property is owned by Ubisoft, not Square Enix.
What?
What is it?
I don't know what this is.
Oh, one of them's already dead.
Young kid.
Why,
Oh my god.
Nani?
It's the kid from the EA press conference.
Silence. Wait. Loudest.
Silence. Rings.
What the fuck is that? It's one scene of a guy. It's one scene of a guy beating 3 hoodlums up, and that's it. It just ends. It just ends. So, what? That's it? What was? And every trailer, pretty much every trailer was like that. So that's The Quiet Man, already down and dusted. Quiet Man down. So, as I say, as you can see here, we're an electric pussycat. So let's get the electric juices flowing and do another lightning round of the 7 remaining 30-second trailers that we saw. And then that's Square Enix done, because apparently Square Enix somehow made themselves worse than EA. Somehow.
Darkness.
Octopath Traveler was another 30-second trailer that just basically said you can pick one of 8 stories and it's some kind of RPG. We still haven't been told the story, what it is, what we're supposed to be doing. All you need to know is there is 2 versions of it, a regular version and the collector's version, so you better pre-order. But aside from that, we don't know anything else about it.
Darkness.
Dragon's Quest is getting another game where it looks like we've got to get 6 elemental stones of water, wind, fire, light and dark. So there we go, there's the 6 elemental stones to summon some magical dragon. And it looks really nice. The art style is as bright and colourful as ever. The monsters look really great. And it's another Dragon's Quest. Again, we don't know what this one is particularly about because there was never a person explaining it. And again, the trailer was literally 2 minutes long. So it's another Dragon's Quest, and that looks great.
Darkness.
Final Fantasy XIV is getting some DLC. I'm not too sure what it is. It looks like it's going to be based in this little house on a waterfall from what I can gather, because again there was no explanations, and that's it. So you can go and online and start Final Fantasy XIV for free and then pay your monthly subscription. Also, we're crossing over Final Fantasy XIV with Monster Hunter World, so you can get a couple of the Final Fantasy armors in Monster Hunter World. So, hooray, I guess.
Darkness.
Babylon's Fall is another out-of-place trailer like The Quiet Man, and we see that it's some kind of Dark Souls-esque game in which the world has fallen into darkness, decay and ruin, and you're going to be playing as some kind of hollowed empty knight fighting other hollowed empty knights, and at one point you rip this dude's arm off and kill him with his own arm. And that's the trailer, so that's all we can really say on that one.
Darkness.
Now we move into the 3 games that will be slightly longer. Well, we'll start with the first one, which is Life is Tumblr 2. So it is a continuation of the original Life is Strange games that, let's be fair, weren't even all that good to begin with. And this one is about some weird 12-year-old child that thinks he's a superhero. But again, that's the end of the trailer. We see him thinking he's got the force to switch on the TV to see the developers, and then the TV switches off and he's back to doing his silly child things, and that's the trailer for that. So overall, it just looks like it's going to be more Life is Tumblr.
Darkness.
And now the only 2 that they actually showed off in any kind of detail, and I say any kind of detail to Kingdom Hearts 3 quite nicely, but we might as well leave that one till last. So Shadow of the Tomb Raider is another Tomb Raider game. You are the weak, vulnerable Lara Croft, and you basically are going to be very emotional across your emotional experience of emotions. But that's fine though, because it doesn't matter, because it seems from the gameplay we saw, or the 1 minute of gameplay we saw, it's some kind of open world where we'll be walking around an open world jungle using environments to kill things and using stealth kills to kill things, and every time we get an environmental kill or a stealth kill, we get experience, because the thing that Tomb Raider was really missing after all these many years was some sort of leveling up system. So that seems to be great, and that seems to be just fitting into the standard AAA affair nowadays.
Darkness.
And last but not least is Kingdom Hearts 3, the game that's going to get delayed till 2020. We saw a trailer yesterday at Xbox, and they basically played the same trailer over again, except they added a few extra cutscenes, and those cutscenes really didn't answer anything. They just said, hey, there's more Kingdom Hearts coming, and we didn't get to see any more gameplay. I think we're going to Ratatouille, because we saw, unless Ratatouille is a summon, because I don't see how you would work a full level of Ratatouille into the game. So unless Ratatouille is a summon, then we're going to Ratatouille as well, because when you are exploring the universe, when you're on a fantastical voyage through the universe, it's really great to have this big space adventure revolve around some child's room and some child's back garden and some restaurant in Paris. So great use of your time there. But yeah, it showed off this trailer, and that was it. That was all there was. We don't get any gameplay. We still don't know really anything about it. And considering this is their biggest game of the year that they really need to push, because hype is dying for it faster than I don't even know. And they didn't. They just didn't. Because you see, I thought they would have showed the trailers, and then during the Kingdom Hearts trailer, their big one, after the trailer ended, they would have come out on stage and said, Kingdom Hearts, here's the gameplay, here's what you do, but clearly not, because apparently, Jesus fuck me, SquareEnix, what have you done? How did you do this? How did you make something this bad? How did you make a press conference this bad? So yeah, that's all I really need to say about this. Also, Aqua's now possessed by Xehanort, even though story-wise that doesn't make sense, and I mean, we've seen other story beats that don't make sense. Hey, Larkscene, how are you doing today? You died. You died, so how are you resurrected? Probably the same way as Xehanort, when you kill the Heartless and the Nobody, the original, comes back. So I guess she's the original, so she's resurrected, I guess, but that doesn't really make sense. And Xehanort is out in the real world, and why is Aqua another Xehanort now? I don't know. I guess story, and we'll story the story with some story time shit, time travel, darkness, time travel.
Hey Tetsuya Nomura,
What the flipping flip is up, Walt Disney?
you have to come up with something interesting for Kingdom Hearts 3. It has to be unexpected, something that will make the entire Kingdom Hearts community wet their pants.
I already delayed the game.
You did what? Never mind, I'm not talking about that. I meant something new, something fresh.
Actually, I had this crazy idea. What if Aqua suddenly becomes evil?
You idiot poop face. This is a totally not radical idea. You can't just make one of our most beloved characters evil.
You are right. But what if, instead of making her evil, I change her hair to white, make her eyes yellow, and increase the amount of time she says Keyblade by 500%?
You are a genius. I can always count on you, Nomura.
Thanks, Walt Disney. Tricking that idiot was a piece of cake. Mew ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Boo ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
So that's great. Kingdom Hearts 3 seems to be leading up to a disappointment, but what can you expect when it's been in development for 12 years? 12 years of development is going to lead to a couple of people not being very happy. But anyway, this is, first of all, this is... No, I was going to try and add something to that, but there's nothing more I can add. It's just a trailer. There's nothing more I can add. So yeah, let's do the sorting out. Let's do the sorting out. Although most of them are just gonna be in the meh chest. I don't really care. You didn't show anything that inspired me, like Quiet Man. What is it? I mean, that's just actually a bad game. Octopath looks very nice, looks interesting, but I still don't know what it is. After 2 years of them talking about this, I've still got no idea what it is. Dragon's Quest, again, it's another Dragon's Quest. Looks nice, probably plays like all the other Dragon's Quests. Yay, good for you. But again, you just showed a load of trailers. Final Fantasy 14, it's pretty good. Showed a bunch of like new armors and that house on the waterfall. It looks fine, but again, you didn't explain anything. That's not good for me. Shadow of the Tomb Raider looks okay. I don't know why it needs a leveling up system or needs to be open world, but I guess it's fine. I guess, maybe. And Kingdom Hearts, it just looks okay. Kingdom Hearts looks okay, so there you go. Again, it was all pre-rendered cutscenes. We didn't get to see any more gameplay or any explanations. And then in the bad chest, we can probably just throw Life is Tumblr, Captain Sparkles in the bad chest because, well, the other Life is Tumblr games were pretty shit. So unless you've learnt your lesson, which we'll never know because maybe it's great, and this is the thing that we don't know. Maybe Life is Tumblr 3, they learn all their lessons from Life is Tumblr 1 and 2. Maybe, because Life is Strange, everybody made the criticisms. Those criticisms might have been fixed, but we'll never find out, will we? We'll never find out because you showed a pre-rendered cutscene and said, oh, that's your lot. See you guys. Presentation over. So, maybe it's good, but I've just got to assume the worst because all you did with, again, Life is Tumblr or The Quiet Man is you showed a 30-second trailer of a dude beating dudes up and then that was it. You said, okay, that's my work for the day. I'm gonna go knock one out to Xehanort Aqua, and then maybe I'll show some gameplay off at fucking August or whenever D23 is. You know, you'd think at the biggest gaming convention of the year in the world with all eyes watching you, you might want to put in a little bit more effort. And then Babylon's Fall. I mean, it looks like Dark Souls. I'll retake that back and say it looks like it's gonna be an okay game, but again, you didn't really show anything off, so I'm not too interested. So that was Square Enix. What a goddamn shit show that was. But hey, maybe Ubisoft will actually be a lot more fun. Because even if it's shit, even if they push live services and loot boxes and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, at least we'll get that crazy black woman doing some crazy stuff on stage. You'll probably get a Just Dance number. At least there'll be things going on rather than 25 minutes of boring trailers that you didn't even show any gameplay of except for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So yeah, overall that was probably the worst conference ever. Jesus fuck. So I'm gonna go now and I'm gonna get ready for limited run games. I don't know if I'll post my reactions to limited run games because it's probably just going to say here's a couple of games that are going to get physical. I'll probably just wait till the Ubisoft one, and there you go. So thank you all for watching, and I'm just going to go and like hang myself because that was worse than EA. How do you get worse than fucking EA? Jesus.
I'm going to get you out of here. I promise you, I'm gonna get you out of there. You don't belong in there. I'm gonna get you out. I'm gonna get you out of there. I'm gonna do everything it takes to make sure you get out of there. You don't belong in there.
Darkness.